Please forgive me. I have a cold. It started last week. I didn't want to be here tonight, but I didn't want to, cancel this. This is a continuation of last week. Remember last week I said I know who's going to win the presidency. Remember I said that? Mm-hmm. And so weeks before that I kept saying Donald Trump's going to get it. I'm not the only one. And people say like, aren't you surprised? Like, no, I said he's going to get it. And I had some other people, and Ruby know who the other person is or two, that confirmed that he was going to get it because I spoke to the other person too. And she said, yeah. So we're not the only ones, like some other people that you see on the internet say he's going to get it. But I'm not going by what they said. I'm just going by what I was experiencing, his vibrations, I'm going to say in the springtime. Like the last semester here at Temple University, and part of the summer, I just knew that Donald Trump's going to be favored. See? So, sometimes I said, nah, and somebody said, yes, no, he's going to get it. Because they made some movies and cartoons about him maybe like 10 years ago, 16 years ago, having shown he's the president. I mentioned to you before, that before they would do something, they place it on television.
Simpsons.
The Simpsons. I seen them on The Simpsons. Not just that, and some other ones too. But they had them on there. So if you can find it on the YouTube, look it up. It's a good thing I mentioned that last week. Anything you want to see what's going to occur, look at the movies.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'd like to bring this here old movie in tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm reading about the question.
No, hold on. This one movie is called Demetrius and the Gladiator. Demetrius the Gladiator. And it's by Kirk Douglas.
Okay.
So I have it in VHS, but someone else has it, and I went to watch it. After leaving here last week, let me check this out. I said, I needed this for the class, but I wanted to bring it in and play it, but I can't because it's a VHS. It's not a DVD. So I can get it transferred. I will do that, try to get it out. Not a promise though. Now, relating to what you just said, we spoke about the Constitution and bringing back America, the old America. Now, when they say bring back the old American Constitution, number one, they have two entities here in the so-called United States. Corporation. They have the northern boys, and they have the southern boys. Trump is supposed to be from New York. Hillary is supposed to be from where?
South.
The South.
Her husband, I'm sorry. Supposed to be from the South.
Okay, so.
But her parents are from somewhere else, because she's she's supposed to so-called Hebrew or Jewish. Her parents aren't. But her husband's not. But her daughter married a Jew. Their daughter. An Ashkenazi. Khazar. Okay? Now, I'm here to beat up the Khazar. I'm not here to beat up anyone. I'm just here to share the truth. Because I'm a scholar. And, I do scholarly. This is what I do. I do research, and then I take my research, and I disperse it. I did mention to you before that I'm working on another book. So, and someone said to me earlier, you should take all this and put it on DVDs and just put it out there. It's like, I don't like that. But, because it takes a lot to record things. And I'm not a recorder. I'm not a recorder. So, but anyway, now, the Constitution of the so-called United States is a good thing. The Constitution of the United States did not originally come from the so-called United States. It came from someplace else. It came from, I had this up earlier, for those who've been late coming in, the Moors. So before the Europeans or Columbus sailed here, there was a group of people already here they were Moors. And it was a penny that's from the 1960s or 50s or early 70s. Anyone?
No.
So a real American looks like a penny. So most of you, or some of you in here, not most, some of you in here, look like a penny. If they take the penny, put it against me, just smash me because they realize I'm a red ball, right? Is that pretty close? Huh?
72.
Okay, close to him. 72? This is good. This is early 70s. See? Ooh. You say one. So this is a real American. This is in a Webster's dictionary. I forget what year. It tells you about that. You can find this on the show on YouTube. The real American. Who's the real American? So there's other people sitting there an American, like George Washington. Said he's an American. He's not an American. If he said he's an American, if he said that, because I didn't hear his voice. Follow me? And when George Washington came on the scene, they had colonies. And they all didn't get along with each other, because colonies, some came from Germany, some came from Britain, some came from France, some came from Spain, and so-called Spaniards came over here before any of them. So, you really have to know history. I'm going to switch pages with you. Huh? I'm sitting up. So now, the Constitution, is so-called Constitution of the United States, is a good thing. But most people don't read the Constitution. I'm going to say, out of all the students here, I can say maybe 3 out of the classroom here has read the Constitution. You probably know half of it or most of it, if not all of it. And some of you who's been coming through here for like a number of years really should be grounded in the Constitution. So the Constitution is the real law of the United States of America. I'm going to say this again. The Constitution is the law that governs the United States, so-called America. Am I making sense to everyone? Not codes and not statutes. Codes and statutes are just codes and statutes. They're not law. So if you get a traffic ticket or a parking ticket, or if you slap your husband with a beer bottle or something like that there, and you carry to court, that you didn't break the law. You just violated a statute. And when you go to court, you're going to say codes, so-and-so and so-and-so, statute, so-and-so and so-and-so. Like violated. Do you plead guilty or not guilty? Guilty. Okay, we're going to give you 120 days. Or you're going to pay this fine. Or don't do it again. And next time you do it, kill them. So don't go through that. You see, that's the difference now. See, it has nothing to do with the Constitution. So American citizens, the American citizen now, there's a difference between an American citizen and a United States citizen. Because we're talking about etymology. Etymology is the origin of what?
Words.
Of words. And most words, I say, come from Arabic and where?
Latin.
And Latin. I should have had Latin up here too. All right. So Latin. I forget how to spell that.
T.I.
I said T-I-N, right?
Yeah.
Please forgive me. My mind is moving quicker than the rest of me. So now the Constitution. Now the other question that you posed, that he's going to bring back the old United States from the time of when Lincoln came in, not before Lincoln. From Lincoln's period all the way up. Because if he goes back before Lincoln, that's going into a totally different, because there was no United States then. There were still colonies. There were northern colonies and southern colonies. And they're always competing against each other. Have you followed me so far? So now, the colonies, they were speaking about before the Civil War of 1860, or 1860 was when the Civil War started. Actually started before then, but just on paper and by mouth. The real battle didn't start until 1861, when the South said, no, we're not going for that. Because that's messing with your economy of the South. Because the South is about cotton. Cotton, people who pick the cotton. People here, they say slave or slavery. Well, the word slave has nothing to do with bondage, because slave is a nationality. Go look it up. Anything I say to you, go look it up in the Etymology Dictionary. Look it up in the Etymology Dictionary. All right? You want to look this up? You want to look up words in the Etymology Dictionary. Now, where was I at? Okay. So now, George Washington was not an American citizen.
It was British.
George Washington and all his cronies, I'm using the word cronies, this is a slang word, be proper, the people that was with George Washington, and those who came over on the Mayflower, the good ship Jesus, and Pt2, whatever you call it. Am I getting you excited here? I'm talking about your friend Georgie boy with his tights on, and I don't know if Georgie was gay or not, because he was kind of, his hair too, he's kind of tight, his little curls and stuff like. He looked kind of sweet, So they could have been, because they did have a reputation of wanting to harmful and people that was in bondage, and I'm making fun. And when I say he might have been gay, he might have been gay. I mean what I say. So, but I'm not trying to offend anyone's flavor if you're persuaded in that direction. Some of us like it, some of us don't like it. So it's your choice. But the point is that George Washington was part of the colonies, the northern colonies. But they all went back and forth. And the people that was already here, they took them and threw them in bondage. But not everyone, there were some people that was not in bondage at all. The Moorish looking people, or Moorish people. Don't say black, don't say Indian, don't say colored, don't say Negro. Because Napoleon was here before George Washington. Napoleon didn't say that. Matter of fact, Columbus in his memoir didn't say these people were black people. He said they look like the people from along the Guinea coast. Now, where's the Guinea coast at? Start from Morocco, from Espanol, from Andalus. Come from Andalus, go all the way down past Mauritania, Mauritania. Come all the way down to Senegal, coming around, whoop, like that. All the way over to Nigeria. So he's seen people that look like people from over there on the African continent. Now, I mentioned last week in this sequence here, or the segment here, that whatever took place, see, Africa is a new thing that happened later in the 18-something. But they did this continent before they even touched the continent over there. I mean, this side, the hemisphere over here. Because the same people that's in Africa was the same people that are right here. It's just that Columbus, they said that you were Indians, or people here are Indians. And the word India is a misnomer, because he thought he was in India. Duh, come on, man. Don't you know the difference? Huh? I mean, some Indians look like me, and some Indians don't look like me. Some Indians might look like they came from northern Mexico, or central Mexico, or southern Mexico, or Costa Rica, or Brazil, or something. Am I making sense to you?
Yeah.
So they all didn't look the same. So George Washington and all his cronies, Paul Revere and all those guys were not what?
Americans.
They weren't Americans. And they weren't United States citizens. The United States didn't exist then. They're just 13 colonies. Up until when? After the Civil War. So but Donald Trump was like this. Yeah, I got it. I'm here. He's there. He always was there. So it was made for him to be where he is. So the powers to be, or the powers that are, placed him where he is. They didn't want him to be there. And so he talked a good game. Matter of fact, he was acting. He was playing, he was acting. Because before he was there, you seen him on television all the time. Right? So before you get on television, I had drama in college. I had drama in high school too. So I did some plays. And I did like a little bit of comedy skits. And I played soldier. I can't think of the different names there. But like I said, this was college. So you had to learn how to act. So Donald Trump was acting. And he acted real good. Because he's an actor. So he acted the part. He said what you wanted to hear. And he was bold with it. He didn't lie. He just said what people were thinking. So I'm going to say, matter of fact, I always say to people, say, you know what, you want to fight me? I can make you angry without any click. I'll make you cry without place. I can put my hands behind me, put a leg up, like the Lion and the Wizard of Oz, say, go ahead. And I'll take the first swing. But the swing is with my tongue. Because I can say some things to you that make you want to cry. Because you don't know who you are. You call yourself black or yourself white. And you say, you're an American? I said, no. And then give me a couple minutes and you'll be crying. You're going to walk away from me, or I'll make you want to kill me. I'm going to kill you first. I'm going to kill you, then bring you back and kill you again. And my mom was going to say, I'll kill you, push you back up, spit you out, and then kill you again. So I'm going to do that to you. So George Washington and all those people in the 13 colonies were not American citizens. America didn't exist. The name America didn't exist. The name America, part of the name of America did exist. The Amirs. So the name America has Arabic origin. So I want everyone to have that. And another segment, take and try to have some information on that. All right, because America is from the word Amir. Amir is an Arabic word. Now, Africa, the word Africa was a small province in North Africa. I have it on my stick, but I don't have time to stick it up in the thing here. Ruby came to the class last week, and I was like pulling it off, trying to pull it down on the stick. Part of North is a little small piece of North Africa that was conquered by the Romans, and they called it Afrique. You heard that before, right?
Yes.
So later on, they had Afrique, then they had Namibia, something like that. Namibia. Wherever Hannibal came from, that place right there.
Cartago.
No, Carthage is a city.
Carthage is a city, but
Is
they
it
call it Namibia.
Namibia. Yeah, Namibia, like that. And then they had another one, see, because he was from the center. Then they had another one that's all the way over to the far west, Mauritania. And then they had, they didn't call them Egyptians, all the way, the Nubians, all the way to the far east. Am I making sense to you so far?
Yeah.
The Far East is what they call Sudan today, what they call Saudi Arabia. And everyone that's there today are not the original people. So like the people, everyone that's here today are not the original people. There are original people here. They're a small population. Matter of fact, they have the population, but they call themselves a minority. And a minority is what?
Minor.
A minor, because this guy said this is etymology, this is law. This is Arabic, Latin, etymology, law. This is law, so we're speaking about law. So people, according to the law, and this is in Black's Law Dictionary, I didn't bring it up here tonight, that a minor is, they call people minorities. So when they say you're a minority, they're not speaking about people, it's about people who are a penny. Brown people, anyone that's non-Caucasian or non-European, they call them minorities. The oddness of that statement is very bizarre. It's beyond bizarre. Because how can you call a people a minority when they outnumber you? And you say, because people have in their mind that a minority is a numbers. It has nothing to do with the number. And I don't have a dictionary here. If you can look it up on your smartphones for dumb people, like the professor here, you don't know what he's saying. He don't know what he's talking about. Yes, he does. I do. I've been spending a lot of time with this. So a minority has nothing to do with the number. Number one. A minority is an infant. A bambito, minority. Bambito, see? Baby. That's a baby. Or a child who cannot do what?
Think for himself.
Think for
Think
himself.
for him or herself.
Yeah.
They have to be governed. Now, up until the age in this European society, say up until a boy, up until he's 25, or when he gets married, he's a minor. I mean, girl's a minor until she gets married. When she turns 18, he's got to be 25. She has to be 18, saying that she has more on the ball than him. That's not what they're saying. They're saying like, well, he's puberty, she's in puberty, but he don't have all his wits with him. But she got all her wits with her because all I need her for is to what? Procreate. And it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's good. Procreate. So she's going to get married before the 25-year-old, because the one that's 13 years old, as soon as she comes into puberty, she's going to get married. In the biblical, and up to this day. Let me see. So I'm just jumping around. I'm tying everything together here. So now that's a minority. So because they can't govern for themselves, and the boy has to be trained to be a man, and the girl has to be trained to do a girl. She has to be trained. The minor girl has to be trained by her mother and her other living relatives that are older and married to take care of her house, to take care of her husband. And the boy is being trained by his father and his uncles, and he's a minor. He's a minor, in fact, until he gets married to both of them. This is in Arabic history, or this is in the Arabic and Aramaic and Hebrew origin. Because the Europeans got everything they received during the day, even my buddy here, Donald Trump. You know? Now, how many of you women in here will run off with Donald Trump and all he got? Huh? So you're thinking about that, right? I'll meet him on Broadway in New York. You know? A lot of women would. I'm telling you, they say they hate him, but they might be sneaking out at nighttime trying to get their little fling on. Like the ones that said he went up and following them underneath the skirt. I'm gonna change the conversation here. Now, all right, they complain about that, but what about Bill Cosby? They beat him down. But Donald Trump, nope. You don't hear nothing about that, do you?
Nope.
Squash it. And I'm sure he did some of that. I'm not saying he's totally guilty, but I had, in my younger days, I said, I like to run up and play with that. Just thought about it. And I'm sure he's a man. So at least we know he's not what? Gay. Thank you, Donald, for not being a gay. I'm happy we don't have a gay president. Now, getting back, so a minor is someone who cannot fend for themselves or take care of themselves. And we have some that's in their 30s, some they're in their 40s, they can't take care of themselves because they're in jail, they're in prison. You see? Some of them walk around, some of them are called women, they call them, I'm a woman, and they have 10, 12 children or 3 or whatever, and they can't, but in her mind, she's still a minor. She says, I'm in the minority because she's immature. She can't even keep a man. And the man can't even keep the woman because the way the system is designed to keep people separated, families. Now, so that's the minor, by law. So now, inside the Constitution, it mentions bondage. It didn't say slavery, it said bondage. And slavery